When learning to cook, you need to understand the basic methods and principles of cookery. Those principles can then be applied to any dish from any country in the world. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the techniques, ingredients and equipment used by professional chefs globally. Understanding the methods of cookery, it's like understanding a universal culinary language. Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about roasting. Roasting is a fantastic method of cookery. It brings back all those wonderful thoughts of Sunday roast with the family, beautiful caramel flavours, great choices of meat to use, and root vegetables are fantastic for roasting as well. Roasting is usually carried out at approximately 180 degrees, and most things are cooked within 1 to 2 hours. Today we're going to roast a chicken, and I'll show you a step-by-step routine to get a perfect chicken every time. First, before you roast any meat, you need to tie it up with string, and this is called trussing. And what that does is it keeps all the juices concentrated inside the meat. It also makes it carve a lot easier, much better for presentation. The best thing to use is some butcher's string. You can get it from your butcher, and it's a fantastic, easy thing to use. Once the chicken's been trussed, we need to place it in the tray. However, we can't put it directly in the tray, otherwise the bottom of the chicken will be very flat and get too much colour. We need to suspend it off the tray by using a trivet. Now a trivet is just a metal rack, and that sits inside there, and the chicken will sit directly on top. However, there is one better option. A trivet doesn't add any flavour to the meat. So what I would like to show you today is to use mirepoix. Now mirepoix is this fantastic assortment of vegetables, carrots, onion and celery, and they add a beautiful flavour to the meat. Not only that, when you've finished cooking the meat, those vegetables will add a great colour and flavour to the sauce, which we all know in Australia as gravy. On top of the mirepoix, you can put some fresh herbs. Today I'm using some thyme, but you could use sage or rosemary or even parsley, but the thyme is synonymous with a roast. We place the chicken directly on top of the mirepoix and our herbs. If you like to get that nice crunchy skin on a roast, we need to salt it. Salt is of course optional, however I like that nice salty crunchy skin. Firstly, we need to oil the chicken. Make sure that you get the oil into every part of the chicken. Get it in amongst the legs, underneath the wings and right around the breastplate as well. The salt you choose to use is up to you. I'm using sea salt today because I like the flavour and it's a nice, easy, convenient product to use. Again, rub the salt into the chicken and really feel it go into the skin. Now a little chef's tip. In the kitchens we sometimes use a little bit of extra salt and you do get a different product than what you would normally get at home. Don't be afraid to go a little bit higher than normal. All we have to do now, oiled and salted on our mirepoix, is put it in the oven. For a chicken, we'd say 160, 180 degrees. If you're roasting root vegetables, however, we need to start them in hot fat to seal in the juices. So you could put them in a tray, pour over the hot fat and then place them in the oven. The chicken's been roasting for 1.5 hours and it should be absolutely perfect. And it is. It's got a lovely brown skin, nice and crunchy, and all we have to do is make sure the juices are nice and clear. To do that, the best thing to do is to pick it up with a pair of tongs and just to let the juices run from the chicken. If they're clear, the chicken is cooked. However, before we carve the chicken, we should let it rest, and that allows the juices to go back into the meat so they don't run everywhere when you cut the chicken. So now that it's had time to rest, all we have to do is take off the legs, take off the breast, and then place it on a plate and serve it on the table. And don't forget, if you've got the time, make a beautiful sauce from the mirepoix. It's got all of that beautiful chicken juice flavour in there. Place it on the table with the family and enjoy. And remember, it's not what you cook, it's how you cook it.